and they told me that they wanted me to be a brand ambassador for one. Alright, yo, what's going on guys? Arshan here, back again on Behind the Scenes. I'm just gonna get straight into it. You know, if you haven't already seen the title of this video, SoundCloud, yes, the company SoundCloud, flew me out to Toronto to collab with them. I want to walk you guys through what happened, how exactly I did this, and how things like this could be just as possible for YouTube. But before anything, we do have a KTO X SoundCloud merch bundle that we want to give to one of you guys. So just stick around till the end of the video so I can tell you how to win it. Alright, now a couple months back when my brand was a bit smaller, you know, I went to this networking event called A3C. It was in Atlanta. Now, I made it a mission of mine to go out there and network and just talk to as many people as I could and just really get my name out there. I already knew that I had some great content under my belt. Now it was just time to build those relationships. And I ended up going to this music panel, which was actually powered by SoundCloud. Every single chance I got, I would ask a question out loud and, you know, get awareness from the people in the crowd and the panelists themselves. This got me in the room with pretty much all of them. I got to ask them for advice, exchange contact info. Really, man, that day just like changed my life. But so you're probably wondering, okay, well, how did you meet SoundCloud? Well, the thing is, everything I did that day, I got a cameraman to record it. I compiled all that footage and put out a video called How to Network. The most surprising and shocking part is that SoundCloud actually ended up seeing my video and commenting on it, and then they followed me on Instagram. And SoundCloud doesn't follow that many people on Instagram. So from there, I eventually got to go to their New York offices. I met the entire team. They gave me free lunch. They even gave me all this free merch. But at the end when we were talking, they told me that they love my story and what my brand represents. And they told me that they wanted me to be a brand ambassador for one of their events called the SoundCloud Creator Forum, which was taking place in Toronto. Now look, I was super shocked, you know, like, I mean, I knew I would eventually go on to do like really great things and all, but you know, I couldn't believe that my first partnership was with a company as big as SoundCloud. To me, they were this huge corporation that would be impossible for a kid like me to reach, or I mean anyone for that matter. And who knew that a little YouTube video I made would make them want to work with me. But so fast forward to last week, alright, this is when I actually landed in Toronto, and it was the week of the Creator Forum. It was my first time traveling alone without any family member, it was just me. And so SoundCloud actually paid me to be there. So I figured, why not try to save all that money from the SoundCloud check and, you know, eventually use it on a promo for my brand. In order to do that, I was like, alright, let me get an Airbnb that's like really cheap, nothing that's fancy. So I did get a really cheap Airbnb house that I just had to share with a couple other roommates. So yeah, I got to Toronto, I took a little nap, and I actually woke up in like 30 minutes. It was really weird, but I woke up to the cops at my house. Apparently, while I was sleeping, one of the roommates, her boyfriend, snuck into the house and stole a TV. Yeah, I'm not kidding. He literally came into the house and just mounted it off the wall and just took it. Yo, I couldn't even get into the house. Then, the cops showed up to the house, which made no sense. But I mean, if you've seen any of our other behind the scenes videos, you'd know that me staying in a trap house isn't really anything new. Anyways, my point being, it was a pretty terrible start to my trip. So as soon as I got to the venue, I met with the entire SoundCloud team, and right off the bat, they gave me access to the entire SoundCloud Instagram account. And they just said, yo, you're representing our brand, we want to see things from your point of view, so just post whatever you want. I was like, damn, I'm getting like major Jake Paul vibes, like, you know, I feel like an influencer here. But at first I was like, you know, I've never really did an IG takeover thing before. But as time went on, I got really comfortable just being in an entire full room and whipping out my phone and making a selfie video.
So I just got done with the first panel of the day, and honestly, this just like reminds me of my time in Atlanta when, you know, I was putting my hand up and I was networking with everyone. So honestly, I'm just so happy to be here, and like, I think the best gem from the panel I just was at, don't just go up to people and like say the same thing that everyone else says.
And I got a little creative. I was like, since you guys always message me and ask me for advice on your music, I was like, hey, if you guys have any questions that you might want to ask the SoundCloud team, drop them below and I'll get an answer. And that was really cool because my guy AC, you know, he was answering a lot of your questions and helping you guys out.
A cool new feature that you can use on SoundCloud is mobile upload. You no longer have to go home to literally sit in front of your laptop or desktop to upload your music, you can do it straight from your phone. So if you got that hot 16 and you want the world to hear it, you can just share it.
And I got some messages saying, hey man, can you do that again? Like, that was so helpful. But so then came the panels, which were my favorite because it's literally free game. Now the guests that were speaking were all industry professionals. I'm talking about people from labels such as Warner Music, Toronto artists like Just John, I think Jesse Reyes' manager was there, people from Hot New Hip Hop, and random artists would just show up in the crowd like Sean Leon. I remember when I went to Atlanta, these panels were so helpful for creatives. There were just so many gems, and the best part is that the audience gets a chance to ask questions. And in a world where it's really hard to get a DM back or an email from one of these like famous industry professionals, I thought this was really useful because they're right in front of you and they're so accessible. And it was just so great to see people in the crowd taking advantage of this and really speaking up, asking their questions, shouting out their brand. It was as if they watched my video. But so then the SoundCloud people told me, yeah man, like there's no need to be shy, like just go in the crowd and like walk around because you're probably gonna attract other people. So I did that, and that's exactly what happened. This was my absolute favorite part of the trip. So many people were coming up to me that recognized me. Some of them would say, hey, I watched your Duop Kane interview, or yo, I loved your NLE Choppa interview. Then they would start asking me for music industry advice. I'm talking about kids who are trying to be upcoming artists, beat makers, A&Rs, all asking me like what was my secret, how did I do it, and you know, how can they get their foot in the door. A couple of them actually got their headphones and played me some music, and I actually liked one of them. I told the guy, I was like, yo, I'm gonna feature this on my Instagram, you know, once we start posting more music. And he looked so happy. It was as if I made his day. I would say the most shocking part is one guy, he was like, yo man, I flew here all the way from Missouri because I really wanted to meet you at this event. I was like, bro, you came to Toronto and you wanted to meet me? I made sure to give that guy a lot of my time and just really talk to him because man, that honestly made my day. I'm gonna put his app somewhere over here so maybe you can check out what he's doing. But damn, this whole moment just flashed in front of my eyes. I'm like, these kids, like these people in front of me, this was literally me a couple months back. How did a kid like me end up coming back to this event, except this time with the company itself, like with SoundCloud? I was really on the other end of things now. And man, it made me think, like this is very important. It made me think, in this industry, things are as easy as just starting a conversation with someone and having a purpose to it. If you bring something unique to the table, just talk about it with other people and share your story. You never know what can come out of it. You might think like, oh, this guy's probably like, oh, I don't know, I hate that this guy's talking to me, so annoying. But there's always gonna be somebody who's interested, somebody who's watching. Somebody who comes across what you do. You know, we could be at the event. You might talk to me, I might like your music, I'll put it on my IG story. Someone from a label might see it, they shoot you a follow. It's literally that unpredictable and easy. And I honestly hate when people say it's so expensive to get your name out there. All these pages charge so much money for promo. Like, no, there are plenty of free alternatives that you guys can use. Just search on the internet and find them. You know, every part of this SoundCloud event was free, right? Like free attendance, free advice, free clothes, there's even free food. And I definitely take advantage of that. But trust me, the money's not an issue. But so yeah, I was there as their brand ambassador for a couple more days. There was a lot of other cool stuff. Like I'm talking about DJ workshops. I did see a lot of like beat makers, and it was cool because they pretty much got a free course. And since I was backstage with SoundCloud, I did get a chance to just talk to all the artists before they went up for their performances. Tobi, Anders. A bunch more. I also love this one part where I got a SoundCloud logo printed on my KTO hoodie. Like, you guys cannot lie, that looks fire. SoundCloud even took me to a bunch of studio sessions with artists like Pyrex and producers like Francis Scott Heat. I've never been to the studio, so let's check it out. Look, all in all, I just want to say you guys can get these opportunities too. Really focus on your craft and talk about your craft with as many people as possible in real life. I'm not gonna lie, I thought SoundCloud was just this huge like corporation or factory of industry people who you can never reach. But it turns out that they're actually always watching and keeping an eye out for what's next. Like, that could be me, that could be you. But hey, SoundCloud might be taking me to other events in the future too, because I do know they told me they're planning to take the Creator Forum to a bunch of other cities, but that's where this giveaway comes into play. We're actually giving away a little merch bundle, so it's gonna have some KTO stuff in it, a hoodie, and some SoundCloud stuff. All I'm gonna need you to do is go to the comments and comment which city do you want SoundCloud to bring their next Creator Forum to. I'm gonna guess it's just the city that you live in, so just comment that and that's it. I'm just gonna randomly pick one from the comments and you're gonna win this merch bundle. Keep in mind, SoundCloud hasn't put their merch for sale and neither has KTO, so this is a pretty rare prize. But anyways, until next time, I'm Arshan from Kids Takeover and you guys are watching Behind the Scenes. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I know you're gonna comment to win the giveaway, but be sure to also comment, you know, what did you actually learn from this video? I also want to say thanks to my new homie Zane from Toronto. He actually helped me film a lot of the stuff for this video, and he's just a dope photographer. So go check out his IG, I'm gonna put it in the credits, but otherwise it is time for the top comment. So in the last video, which was our Pierre Bourne interview, Carson Hoy commented, "You need 1 billion subs." Hey man, I don't disagree with you. I put in a lot of work to make these videos happen, and I know one day that the subs will just skyrocket. So if you have not subscribed, feel free to subscribe right now. The button should be somewhere over here, and feel free to watch our last video, which was an interview with Pierre Bourne.